and the blood and guts has been spilled to make America America. But we also have people who have become, again, fat, dumb, and happy, and they want the government to do things for them. And every time you give that much power to the government destroys freedom, because the government fears freedom.
Aaron Zellman, I want to shift gears and talk to Darwin Boedeker, who operates the show and has now had his livelihood destroyed just because the police say so and the BATF and Obama say so. Any comments or advice you've got for Darwin, who's online with us right now?
Well, Darwin, I think that you've got to stand tall. You've got to really tell others about the situation. You've got to create a grassroots fire, a tea party, so to speak, of your own, to get, there must be a couple of million gun owners in Texas, and get them damn hopping mad. And so that the powers to be are going to feel the heat, so that you can put the powers on the run.
Obama calls us bitter clingers because we cling to our Bibles, which is, moral, and our guns. Well, that's really your freedom of religion, your freedom of speech, your freedom to defend yourself. Of course we cling to it. It's all we've got left in America.
Well, I think those are the three things that are worth fighting for. And I think that, as we say at JPFO, the time has come in America for people to decide if they are willing to live by God's law, where human beings are commanded to defend their lives and help others, or if we're now ready to die from man's law and have no freedom at all.
But that's what George Washington said.
God's law and man's law.
Well, that's what George...
We've got to instill this thought amongst people.
Well, that's what George Washington said over and over again. He said, look, this is tyranny. I'm not going to live on my knees as a slave.
Well, apparently you've got some folks in Texas and then the gun owners throughout America that don't seem to give a damn. And so you got to find out why.
Well, people are hopping mad. Going back to Darwin. Darwin, you're seeing huge grassroots anger right now, aren't you?
Absolutely. The flood of emails that we've gotten in, in the last 24 hours is astounding. Everything from, we support you to we'll drive from Nebraska to come to your next show. The support is definitely out there, and I just, I hope people keep on sending that kind.
But now there's no show. See, first they said no private sales of guns or we'll shut your show down, and now they just say it's just shut down. That is so illegal to have the police go tell the landlord don't put them in there for no reason.
Yeah, and like I told the lady from
make sure that the powers,
the kind of PR you think you were going to get from not allowing to have a show in there is the exact opposite of what's going to what's going to really happen.
Aaron, what were you saying?
Well, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I think that at this point you've got to find some gun owners who are going to stand tall and go pay the mayor a visit. Tell him that we have to get rid of this police chief before sunset today. That he will no longer be tolerated, and neither will you, Mayor. He's now gone by sunset today. But you've got to get lots of gun owners knocking on the mayor's door.
We do need to flood the...
You've got to go beyond the chief of police, and you've got to make it very clear that anybody, by the way, is promoting this secessionist movement in Texas, if they're not behind this effort, shame on them.
Stay there. I know Police Chief Art Aceveda. He's one of the few police chiefs that actually comes and sits in the studio. It normally takes about a month to get him in here. I wanted to get him in here about laws about texting or even looking at your cell phone. You get a $500 fine. Not about safety, about money, but that's a legislature issue, not him. And so I am going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he may not have known that the BATF in the special gun unit were having the detectives do this. It's a big department. But if he defends this or doesn't do something about this, we do have a major problem politically. And people should be at the city council regardless. There needs to be an investigation and not by the police department because this is outrageous. If the police can come and just, paint something on your front door of your business and say nobody can shop here anymore, that is effectively what happened here. And I have to use the Nazi Germany analogy because the Soviets did the same thing. And we have to resist what they're doing. Going back to Darwin Boedeker and Aaron Zellman of JPFO.org. Gentlemen, other points, other things you'd like to add to this, Darwin, other things you want to air or say on air, Aaron Zellman?
Well, I think that, again, we have to find some serious gun owners in the state of Texas who are going to say no to this. I mean, they're going to stand tall. The emails are fine. It's nice to have some encouragement, but boots on the ground really makes the difference.
Yeah, we need people to go to their city council people's office and say, I want a meeting with you. We need the state attorney general, who I'm told is already looking into this, to come down to Austin and say, look, cities can't, folks, if you don't follow the state law, which they've broken here, and you get cities where boss hogs make themselves king. I mean, we've seen this over and over again, Aaron Zellman.
Well, yes, we have, and it's been a nasty result. So I think that it's important that, again, that people realize that, that you just can't tolerate this type of evil, because it's like a cancer. It spreads. I mean, the whole Obama administration, their whole agenda is cancerous.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is Obama admitted. We found out he's doing this all over the country, covertly sending feds in to shut down gun shows illegally. I mean, Obama and the government, the federal government, they are the real criminals.
Well, I think that's another reason why people should be using our free film, No Guns for Negroes, because we have to show what a fraud and a hypocrite the man is. We have to show that he will sell out his own people, so he certainly doesn't give a damn about anybody else. I mean, people have to see this guy for what he really is.
We will post No Guns for Negroes, the history of racism and gun control, on Infowars.com. Guys, send it to Kurt. Let's get that up. Absolutely. And, of course, JPFO.org. Going back to Darwin, people are also now calling for a boycott of HEB. They're saying, how dare you even complain? We hadn't blamed HEB for this. Do you think HEB should be held accountable as well?
Well, I think definitely the gentleman they sent to the meeting should be held accountable for his action. The only thing I would like to say is, if we're not able to get a show back in the same building that we've always been in, if anybody out there knows of any facility where we can have a show in February, we got to find some place to have a show, because if we don't, they win. And I'm to the point where I'm not going to allow that to happen.
I have a quick question, guys. What about the sheriff? What role is the sheriff playing in all of this?
We've tried to get good sheriffs in, like Raymond Frank and others, and why is the sheriff allowing this?
People are supposed to come to the sheriff, right, to do something like this? They're in his county. The sheriff needs to have his personal life made very public. And we need to find out what's really going on here, because something really stinks.
Darwin Boedeker, we'll talk to you as this develops and unfolds. I appreciate you spending time with us. We're standing right beside you.
I appreciate you and your fans and your group of people helping me out with this.
You bet. Thank you. We're going to come back 5 more minutes with Aaron Zellman.